This is Mark Toman speaking on behalf of all citizens here in Missoula. Our internet is in serious trouble right now. Ajit Pai today is voting on ending net neutrality, but there is something here in Missoula that we can do about this problem. We can bring ourselves a municipal broadband connection, and that would force the cable providers to actually keep our net neutrality interests in mind regardless of what Ajit Pai does. Without net neutrality, Google would definitely be in trouble, because if you make a search for something that the cable providers do not like, they can probably throttle what you have. And they will most likely will. Without net neutrality, that would prevent us from doing things like watching Netflix, just because we're not paying extra money to watch it at a really slow speed, instead of going on to their cable packages and watching stuff that they specifically make money off of. Without it, they could charge extra for just going on Facebook, and even just to use email. They can block access to things that they don't want us to see. In other words, censorship. And that is a serious problem. It could even mess with Windows Update and make it very hard for your computer to stay up to date and protect it against future viruses. And it can even mess with your ability to play PlayStation and Xbox games online, because you're not paying them extra money to charter communications so that you can have your extra bandwidth that you would need to play those games properly. Municipal broadband, on the other hand, would mean our government here in Missoula would have to do what is legal. They would only prevent things that are illegal according to the law, if at all. And that is why it's a better idea. There is absolutely no paid incentive to restrict the internet and violate our First Amendment rights. There is absolutely no reason why on this earth that we should have anything like that going on, where we are denied the things that we need to get our businesses going. Without net neutrality, we would even have it harder for telecommunication startups to even begin, because people can't pay the fees needed to get into the internet fast lanes and actually bring decent content to the people. Nobody wants pricing tiers just to use their internet. It doesn't matter if you are a right-wing conservative or a progressive left. Do you really want your content to be slowed down to an unusable, speed for your video to play back at, where it's constantly buffering for everybody? You can't get your message to the people just because of the fact that the internet itself is being slowed down for you because you're not paying a ridiculous amount of money for the people to view it. How about you have a message that Charter does not like, so they decide that they are going to give you no bandwidth, and instead direct them to some pro-Charter communications thing? Once again, an example of censorship, and thus a violation of our rights to free speech. and free representation and free press. What if you have a religious thing that you want up on the internet? That should be protected too. What if for some reason the person in charge of a telecommunications company is of an opposing religion and decides they want your content off the internet? All they have to do then is give you no bandwidth. You are censored, and that violates the First Amendment in the area of free religion that should not be established nor hindered by anyone in this country, let alone them.